Today we're going to do a slower practice, a nice flow, but opening up the spine and the side body. The way I teach is that anything that I offer is exactly that, an offering. It's not necessary for you to do if it doesn't feel good in your body, and you know your body best. So know that anything that I'm offering, you can take it or leave it. You can be like, not for me today, not for me ever, or maybe I want to add something new, maybe I want to do something else. Know that this is your practice first, and I'm glad to be helping you out through the process, through the journey. So, without further ado, we'll start lying on our backs. If you do have that block, you can put it to the back of your mat. We'll use it a little bit later, unless you'd like to bring it underneath your upper back for an added shoulder opener. You can bring it to the middle of the back and lie down on it. So take your time now to arrive. Make a shape that suits your body here today. That could be legs long or knees bent, soles of the feet on the mat. It could mean the hands come comfortably on the body somewhere, or it could mean the arms stretch out wide in either direction or stay by the sides. If it feels comfortable for you, you might close down the eyes. Otherwise, you can simply gaze, a soft gaze at nothing in particular, up to the sky. And then start to connect yourself to this moment here right now. Nothing before, nothing after. Maybe you do so by noting the breath, counting the breath. Maybe you do so by scanning the body, the connection of the soles of the feet to the earth or the back of the head. Maybe you check in with how you're doing emotionally. Or maybe there's something entirely different that allows you to bring awareness and presence to this moment. If it is comfortable for you, begin to lengthen your inhales and exhales. In and out through the nose. And if you have a practice of Ujjayi breath, yogic breath, you can lightly constrict the back of the throat. To do so, it sounds like waves flowing in and out of the throat, of the body. As if you're fogging up a glass with the mouth closed. And we'll take a few breaths together now. Wherever you are with your cycle of breath, exhale it out. Feel your lungs get empty all the way down to the bottom. Inhale slowly through the nose, filling up the belly first, and then the chest, Exhale, open mouth, sigh it out. Once more, inhale through the nose, fill up the belly, the chest. Exhale, open mouth, release. Last time, inhale through the belly, the chest, and hold your breath at the top. Exhale through the nose, bringing that breath back into the body. Now, if you brought that block to the middle of the back, you can roll over to one side and bring it over to the side so that the whole torso is on the mat. And then everyone start to bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug and start to welcome fresh new movement here. It can be small little movements, maybe wiggling the toes or rocking side to side. Maybe it's a bigger sway of the hips or a squeeze of the knees to the chest. It might even be a lengthening of the arms back behind you. Listen to what is calling for your attention and what it is that feels good in your body. You might sway the knees side to side, maybe hovering the knees over to one side and then slowly moving them over to the other side. Starting to feel the core, the abdomen engaged. And a long stretch on the side body. Utilize your breath to help you move. Connection of breath to movement, breath to body. That couple more moments for you to explore what feels good. Maybe some circles of the knees feels nice. Starting to notice how the lower body interacts with the upper body. And here with the upper body solidified, connected to the earth. See how the lower body moves. Slowly, at the end of your exhale, plant the heels and the soles of your feet down onto the mat. Feet about as wide as your mat. So wider than hip width if you don't have a mat. And start to sway the knees side to side. So the torso stays where it is. The shoulders heavy down onto the mat. And then the knees sway. Maybe quickly, maybe slowly. And start to feel the opening of the front of the thigh. The outer hip. This could feel really nice for any runners. You might bring the hands to the body or lengthen them out long. And then whatever side you're on, just rock the knees over to that side and stay still. The soles of the feet are lifted up from the mat, so you're on the outer right foot and the inner left foot. Knees over to the right or the other side if your knees are over to the left. Last breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Slowly bring the knees back up to center and switch over to the other side. Bring the knees down towards the side, heavy, but not necessarily touching the earth, touching the mat. Shoulders stay rooted. Last breath where you are. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out through the nose. Feel that exhale softening the body. Bring the knees back up to center, maybe with the hands, and then into your chest. Give it a little squeeze, maybe bring the forehead to the knees, and start to rock up and down the length of the mat. Maybe you find a balancing pose here, sitting on the sits bones with the shins lifted. Take 5 big rolls, maybe rolling all the way back. Nice massage of the spine. And then come to a seat at the top of your mat. I'm just going to pivot over to face you. One shin in front of the other. It doesn't matter which one it is. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up, and look up towards your fingers. Exhale, forward fold, reach the arms forward, and maybe they touch the top of your mat. Maybe they extend further. Fold over the legs. Whichever leg is in front, you might start to feel a bigger stretch on that outer hip, top of the glute on that side. Maybe tent up on the fingertips if that feels good. You can sway side to side. And whatever side of, whatever foot is in front, that same arm, bring it over and cross it over the other arm. So you reach over to the side and see how that feels, extending that nice long stretch on the back body. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms. Exhale, roll up, chin comes up last, round the spine. Let's switch legs. Bring that other leg in front. And we'll do the exact same thing. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Walk the fingers forward until you find your space where you feel that stretch in the back body, a flexion of the spine. The spine might round. It might stay flat. Maybe you tent up on the fingertips. Maybe you cross the arms again. Reach the arm over towards the side. Extending that nice long stretch on the outer hip, upper, lower spine. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. Unravel the hands, inhale, reach. Exhale, slowly roll up. Chin comes up last. Nice. Sweep the arms up now. And then twist over towards the right. Left hand on your right thigh. Right hand tented up on fingertips or maybe planted onto the earth behind your sit bones. Twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist. We start to move a bit faster, but still connecting the movement to breath. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back up. Twist to the left. Use your breath to guide you. Maybe it's a little bit faster or slower than what I guide you. Exhale, twist. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, twist. Beautiful. Come back to center, reach the arms up. Then exhale, hands down, roll onto your shins, and then come into tabletop. Couple rounds of cat-cows. Inhale, look forward, belly pours down towards the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the chest, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine in the other direction. Tuck the chin and the tailbone. So the back of the heart leads up towards the sky. Push away from the mat with your hands. The shoulder blades broaden across the back. Inhale, cow. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Heart opens forward. Exhale, cat. Maybe tuck the toes under if that feels better than bringing the tops of the feet down. And see if there's anything else that feels good to you as you move between these two poses. Maybe there's a sway of the hips that feels nice, or pushing back to child's pose that is good. And rolling up and back. 2 more rounds on your own. What feels nice for you, and what helps to open the body. It'll be completely different from pretty much anyone else here in class. So listen to yourself first and do what you would like to do. This is your practice. All right, come back to tabletop and then walk the hands forward so that you come into a plank pose. The hips lower slightly and start to feel the front body engaged as it holds the weight of the back body here. Knit the ribs in, feel the core slightly firing up here, shoulders stacked on top of wrists. Toes might be tucked under or they might be flat on the mat. Either's fine. Open the arms so that the eyes of the arms face forward. Inhale, push away from the mat. Exhale, lower all the way down. Elbows come to the side body. They're glued to the side body. Palms stay where they are. Elbows point back. Inhale, lift the heart, press down into the tops of the feet, especially your pinky toes. See if those kneecaps, they lift or the shins lift, and feel the whole leg engaged here. Back body now lifting the front body. Inhale. Exhale, fold. A second time together. Inhale, lift the heart. Maybe tent up on the fingertips or hover the hands up from the mat to see if the back body is able to hold the front body without any added weight with the hands, support from the hands. Exhale, fold. Now, widen the arm stance beyond your mat, wider than your elbows. Inhale, lift the heart, tent up on the fingertips. Press down through the tops of the feet, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, twist to the right, look behind you, and lower the left shoulder. Inhale, back up. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, twist to the left. Keep the lower back safe by squeezing the glutes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist to the right. Lower the left shoulder. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist to the left. Look behind you. Lower the right. Inhale, last time. Last round. Exhale, right. Now last time. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, forehead down. Bring the hands back to the mat. Push back into child's pose. Knees wide maybe, or together. Palms spread wide across the mat and the hips heavy towards your heels. Forehead finds something soft. If it's not the mat, if the forehead doesn't get to the mat, you can bring a block underneath your forehead or a fist or two. The hips don't need to touch the heels. Just energetically, they move to that direction, lengthening the side body, the spine, and a nice big stretch in the groin as well, with the knees out wide. If the knees are together, you'll be stretching the spine a bit more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, side out, give it back. Yeah. Slowly now make your way up into tabletop and then tuck the toes under. We're going to move to downward dog. Lift the knees, push the hips high on your exhale. Heels reach down towards the mat. Pedal out the legs. Bend the knees, especially if you have tight hamstrings or tight calves. Maybe walk the hands further forward. Move around until you find a space that feels okay. If anything in downward dog doesn't feel okay, come to tabletop. Let go of the back of the neck. Maybe say yes and no with the head. What do you need to do to warm up your down dog? It can be quite an intense pose when we first start out. Bend the knees so that the thighs almost touch, or maybe do touch, the belly. Chest leans towards the thighs as well. Belly pulls into the spine. Hips as high as you can go. Heels reach towards the mat. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Beautiful. Gaze forward and start to walk to the top of your mat. Maybe it's 5 or 6 or 7 steps. Maybe it's 2 big steps. How do you get there? Maybe you bring the hands towards the feet if that feels more comfortable. And grab opposite elbows, sway side to side, bend the knees, releasing in the low back. Let the upper body be heavy here. Let gravity do the work. There's nothing for you to do right now. Just sway, just be. Spread the toes wide. Maybe flutter the lips if you feel there's any tension in the jaw or the forehead. Yeah. It's always a fun one. Let go of the hands. And then inhale to a half lift, flat back. Hands on your shins maybe, or on the thighs. If you have 2 blocks, you can bring them onto blocks. For most of us, bringing the hands all the way down to the mat might be too intense in the lower back, the backs of the legs, or you might start to round the spine. We really want to bring a long, straight back here so the back is parallel to the mat. One more breath where you are. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Mountain pose, close the eyes. Keep the arms reaching up towards the sky, shoulders draw down the back. Spread the toes wide, ground down into the outside edge of your feet, the inside edge of your feet. Feel yourself in total alignment where you are, how you've landed. If the eyes aren't closed, you might just gaze softly in front of you at nothing in particular because the gaze is turned inward. One more breath where you are. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to heart center and by the sides. I'm going to pivot to you as we're going to do something fun. It's called Breath of Joy. It's an energizing breath we'll all do together. I'll guide you through it. To begin, it's a 3-part inhale and then a full exhale out. It goes like this. Inhale, reach the arms forward, fill up 1/3 of the way. Inhale, reach the arms out, fill up 2/3 of the way. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, fill up the whole lungs. Exhale, forward fold, empty the lungs, reach the arms back. So it goes something like this. Okay? So you exhale, open the mouth. It's a really nice, energizing breath you can do between meetings, at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day. Here we go. We'll do it 5 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You might go faster than me. You might go slower than me. Once you've done 5, rise up, bring your hands to heart center by the sides, close your eyes, and feel that energy flowing through the body. Be still and familiarize with what's happening inside. Beautiful. All right, step to the top of your mat, open your eyes, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold.
Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands down, step the feet back into plank pose. Knees might be on the mat, they might be down on the mat. Either option is great. If the knees are lifted, squeeze them straight, toes directly under the heels. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Cobra pose, inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, push the hips back, child's pose, or come straight back to down dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 2 more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Last time, inhale through the nose. And this time on your exhale, either through the nose or side out, whatever you'd like. Beautiful. Bring the left foot to the middle of your mat and sweep the right foot up on your inhale. Flex the foot, point the toes down to the mat, and lengthen out through the heel. Feel the hips squared. So you're not opening the hip here. That's why the toes point down. And the foot might lower a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Lengthen through the back body, inhale. Exhale, step the foot between both hands, maybe using your right hand or your left hand to bring the foot forward. Bring the back knee down onto the mat. Either keep the back toes curled under or untuck them. Inhale, sweep the arms up for a low lunge. Push the hips forward. And you have a few options here. You might bring the hips beyond that back knee, which could feel nice if you have too much weight on the back knee. And if the back knee does hurt, you can bring a pillow underneath that knee, or you can curl the mat under and double it up. You might shorten your stance so that the hips are stacked on top of the knee. That will feel nice and long with the spine and straight. Either option's great. Draw the right hip back in space, left hip forward, so that the hips face forward, the shoulders face forward, and the shoulders, let them draw down the back, maybe widening the arms here. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, cactus open the arms so that they come into this T shape. Keep the arms in line with your ears, or maybe a little bit further back if you want an added heart opener. We're gonna keep these arms for a little bit. So find a place that's comfortable and maybe shortening the stance a little bit. We're gonna focus on twisting now. Inhale, twist over towards the right. Draw the right hip back in space. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, twist to the left, open out. Move as slowly as you need. Exhale, back to center for you to feel stable. Keep twisting like this. It doesn't matter how far you go. You don't have to twist very far. Look back behind you. Just focus on keeping the hips stable, the lower body stable, and see how the upper body twists here. Maybe you move a bit faster now. Maybe you stay with that stillness of holding it in that twist and then recalibrating. You might stretch the arms open. One more round where you are. And we'll all land on the right side. Everyone land on the right side, maybe with the elbows bent, maybe with the elbows straight. If it feels nicer, you might bring the hands behind the head. That could feel nice as well. Keep with the twist. Option to bring the left hand to the outer right hip to help extend the twist. Reach the right fingers back behind you. And here's where you might need your block. So bring the block to the inside of your left leg. Sweep the right arm up and back behind you, and maybe bring it to that block as the left arm reaches up towards the sky. If you don't have a block, you might bring the right hand to the back of your left thigh. So now we've done the twisting. Now here there's a little bit of a back bend, a heart opener. Stay connected to your breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Slowly unravel, come back to that twist, inhale. And sweep the arms back up. Low lunge. Exhale. Reach the arms up now, inhale. Exhale, twist open towards the left. And here you might want to kickstand the left leg out to be parallel to the back of your mat. So that gives you a bit more stability. Now feel how that feels with the hips open. Lift up and out of that left hip so you can get a little bit taller. Lengthen through the crown of the head. You might choose to walk the foot forward, the right foot forward. You might not. Inhale. Exhale. Now grab that block again, bring it to the back of your mat, whatever level feels good for you. Inhale, left hand down, sweep the right arm back behind you, lengthen out through the right side of the body. Squeeze the glutes and push the hips forward, and especially over towards the left side. We're now working into the side body. Maybe the block is like, it's not good for you, and you want to come all the way down to the mat with your hand, that's fine. As long as you continue to feel length on both sides of the body. Inhale, sweep the right arm back behind you. Exhale, slowly come up and bring the right elbow to right knee, left arm sweeps forward. Keeping the hips open. Lengthen out through the left side of the body now, all the way from that left knee, along the outer left leg, side body, armpit, arm and fingertips. Right elbow to right knee connection isn't holding any weight. It's not bearing weight. The torso is holding you up. And if you feel that you're bringing too much weight, lift up and reach the top fingers up towards the sky. Inhale, reverse back, come back to where we came from. Left hand on the blocker mat. Exhale, TikTok forward. We'll move through that a couple times. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the inside of your right foot. Bring that left leg long to point, the toes pointing back behind you. And then push the hips back, straighten the right leg, the right toes lift up from the mat for half splits. Walk the fingers forward. Fold over the legs. Hips might push beyond the knee or be stacked on top of the knee. You can walk the right foot forward to continue the stretch in the back of the leg. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Now bend the right knee again. Bring the sole of the foot onto the mat. Tuck the back toes under. And then lift the back knee. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Wide feet. Feet wider than the hips. Sway side to side. And opt to stay here or bring the toes out wide. Bend the knees into your squat. You can bring the hands on the mat or bring them at heart center. And the heels might not come down onto the mat. For some of us, it's just never going to happen. That's fine. Rock side to side. Maybe dance a little. Have a little fun. Opening out the hips and the groin. We got this. Maybe bring the hands to heart center. If you find that you can hold your balance there. All right. Bring the hands down. Push the hips high. Heel toe the feet to be about hips width distance. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees. Sweep the arms up. Reach them up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, hands down, step the feet back into plank. Stay here. Inhale, push away from the mat. Exhale, lower all the way down. Uncurl the back toes. Inhale, lift the heart. Squeeze the elbows into your sides. Exhale, push back, child's pose, or straight to down dog. You might move your block if it's in the way. 3 breaths here in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. You might be in child's pose. You might be in tabletop. You might be somewhere else entirely. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, find more space. Exhale, enter into that space. Third breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Give your breath back. Second side, walk the right toes to the middle of your mat. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Not so high that the left hip opens up. Squeeze the inner thighs together to keep the hips more or less balanced. And maybe just test it out and see if the hip is opening or not by just tapping the left foot down onto the mat. See what moves, and if it's just the leg, you're golden. Inhale, one more breath. Lengthen through the heel, long, straight leg. Stretch the back of the leg. Exhale, step the foot between both hands, maybe using one of the hands to guide the foot there. Back knee comes down onto the mat. The back toes might curl under. Inhale, sweep the arms up for a low lunge. Arms in line with your ears. Maybe widen the arms. Possible to push the hips forward beyond the leg, which removes some of the weight onto the knee, but it might feel too intense in the low back for some of us. So again, adjust by bringing the left foot forward and maybe bringing a pillow underneath the right leg. Knit the ribs in and feel that long stretch in the front of the right thigh as you reach the fingers and the crown of the head up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms, elbows wide. Arms in line with your ears. We start to find that twist. Inhale, twist over towards the left first. So this is a closed twist. Feel the inner thighs coming together. Left hip drawing back in space, right hip forward. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, twist open towards the right. So feel now the inner thighs opening out. Exhale, come back to center. You might heel toe the left foot out to find a bit more stability in the legs. Keep twisting. Only going as far as feels good for you. It might not be that far, and it might be further than the other side. It might be less far than the other side. Notice how each side is different, and move as slowly as you need to find stability in the legs and to keep the hips balanced and even so that the upper body can be twisting here on its own. One more round. And then we land on the left side, maybe straightening the arms. Maybe you bring that right hand to the inside of the left leg. Reach the left arm forward, or back behind you, sorry. Exhale. Grab that block and bring it underneath your left hand as you sweep the right arm up and back behind you. Long stretch on the right side of the torso. Maybe wrap the left hand around your right thigh. Big heart opener here. Keep the glutes engaged and open up through the top of the back. So the shoulders and the heart, rather than back bending through the low back. Press down evenly into the thumb, or not the thumb, the big toe in the outer edge of your foot on the left side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, unravel. Inhale, sweep the arms back up to center, face forward. Exhale, twist open towards the right, and maybe adjust your right leg so that the shin is parallel to the back of the mat. Reach the arms and open up. Feel the hips now open. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Get tall through the upper body. Fingers engaged. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down, maybe on a block. Left arm up towards the sky. Keep pushing the hips forward towards the right side of the room. Maybe the hand comes down onto the mat. Open up through the left side of the torso. Inhale. Exhale, slowly rise up. Left elbow to left knee, right arm sweeps forward. Palm face down. Now feel that length happening on the right side of the torso. Lengthen out through the left side of the torso. Try to getting taller and not putting so much pressure onto that left elbow, left thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Open the heart towards the ceiling. Inhale, sweep the arms back. Right hand on the floor of the block. Left arm up. Exhale, tick-tock forward. Move slowly. Inhale, reverse. Hips and lower body stay where they are. Exhale, just tick-tocking the upper body. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, tick-tock forward. Inhale, reverse. Maybe move that block. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot. Bring that back leg long again. Push the hips back for half splits. The left toes lift up from the back. Walk the fingers forward maybe. You could even bring them to the inner, in between the legs. See what feels good for you. Left hip drawing back behind you. Right hip coming forward. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath where you are. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the front knee. Lift the back knee, and step forward. Feet wide. Stay here in a forward fold, maybe swaying side to side, or if you want to take that squat again, you may. If you're in a forward fold, you might find a clasp with the hands behind your back and fold over the legs, bending the knees, hands reaching forward towards the front of the room, working further into the shoulders. Keep the knees bent as generously as possible to help relieve in the hamstrings and the calves. Five breaths where you are. If you're in Vinyasa squat, you might want to practice your crow. If you want to do anything else, you have 5 breaths to do exactly that. Those in Malasana, make your way to a forward fold when you're ready. If you took that clasp in your forward fold, bring the hands down. Inhale to halfway lift up, flat back. Hands on your shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe the feet so that they're about hips width distance. Maybe they're together if you prefer. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, step the feet back, plank pose. Inhale, push away from the mat. Exhale, lower down. Lift the heart, cobra, inhale. Exhale, hips back, child's pose. Maybe you come to downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Notice where the breath is directed to. What is calling for your attention through the breath? Inhale through the nose. Feel your lungs expand. Exhale through the nose a second time. Bring that breath back, grounding down. Third time, inhale through the nose. Exhale, if you'd like, open the mouth. Slowly make your way up to a plank position. If you're in down dog, hinge forward. If you're in child's pose, you can keep the knees down on the mat. Stay here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, inhale, push away from the mat. Exhale, lower down for 5, for 4. Can you move as slow as glue? 3, 2, 1. Chin stays on the mat. And the arms reach, let's reach them forward. No, let's reach them back behind you. Palms face down. Inhale, lift the heart, reach the arms back behind you. Maybe lift the legs for superhuman. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Point the toes. Squeeze the glutes. The entire back body is fully engaged here. Lengthen out through the crown of your head and just look about a foot or so in front of your mat. No need to look up to the sky. You want to keep a long, straight back of the neck. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, come down. One cheek on the mat. Hands by the sides. Maybe sway the hips side to side. We're going to do a second one. And you can do it exactly that way. Or you might find a clasp behind your back. Or if you want, you can reach the arms forward. Bring your chin onto the mat. I'm going to take the clasp. Palms pressed together. Exhale, empty your lungs. Bring all of the weight into the pelvis. Inhale, lift the heart. Squeeze the arms together, the palms together. Lift the legs. Exhale, stay where you are. Inhale. Everything is squeezed together. One long line. Exhale, stay. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, slowly lower. Other cheek on the mat. Hands by the sides. Maybe windshield wiper the legs, lifting the feet up from the mat. And then find stillness for just a moment here. Feel your breath and your heartbeat on the earth, connected to your mat. And when you're ready, you can roll over to the side and onto your back. Bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. And and then the knees over towards the right. Keep the shoulders heavy onto the mat. Maybe lengthen the arms long in either direction. And maybe you cross one of the left leg over the right. Let that left shoulder be as heavy as can be, so as to twist in the spine. We've done a lot of twisting, so you might feel particularly open now. When you're ready, you might move over to the second side, taking your time and taking care to do so. The eyes might close. And your breath might start to slow down now. The mind starts to wander off into a different place. The most direct way to bring it back is to come back to the body. Notice what is happening right now. What is real? Everything else, all of the thoughts, they're not real. What is real is the quality of your breath, the beat of your heart, the support of the earth underneath you, the air that surrounds you. When you're ready, you can come back up to center and either lengthen the legs long and come into your final pose, or if you would like, you might close your practice with any final movements, anything else that we might not have done today and that is important to you today that you would like to do. If you have made it to your final resting pose, your Shavasana, let everything be soft. The breath, any movement, nothing more for you to do now. You've done the work. Now let yourself receive that, fully extended, supported onto the earth. My quote for you today is by Neil deGrasse Tyson. Recognize that the very molecules that make up your body, the atoms that construct the molecules, are traceable to the crucibles that were once the centers of high-mass stars that exploded their chemically rich guts into the galaxy, enriching pristine gas clouds with the chemistry of life, so that we are all connected to each other biologically, to the earth chemically, and to the rest of the universe atomically. That's kind of cool. That makes me smile, and I actually feel quite large at the end of that. It's not that we are better than the universe. We are part of the universe. We are in the universe, and the universe is in us. If you have to get going and you have something at 10 o'clock, now is the time for you to wake up. If you have a few moments to spare, you're welcome to stay here a bit longer. Thank you, Josh. Thank
Thank you.